right.
Yo, what's the word?
What it is, baby.
Everybody good out there? Bars and Buckets, man. Sports Hip Hop Podcast is back in full effect. Hope everybody's good out there on this Thursday night, man. Your favorite guys is back in the building to talk about sports, hip hop, all the great stuff out there, man. You got Corn, you got the real AD, man. Of course, I'm Meth, man. What's good with y'all? Y'all straight?
And what it is, man. Just out here trying to live the dream, man. Stay out of trouble. You know what I mean?
True. Corn, what's up, Joe?
Man, just been fasting and battling the cold all week for the last 2 days.
Trying to feel a little bit better.
A bit. I feel for the most part, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I hope you feel better, bro. I know it's
for sure.
Going on. Everybody ain't feeling too well out here, so. But get you some medicine in your system, man, and everything like that. But to everybody that's tuning in, man, y'all know the vibes, how we do it. Number one podcast for sports, hip hop. Everything that's going on in media. First of all, we're going to give a couple shout outs to yesterday we was on Windy City Underground, man. The bros came through. Quan was under the weather, so he couldn't make it, man. But me and AD represented, man. AD, tell them a little bit more about what we did yesterday, Brody.
Man, so shout out to the homie, man, Willie, the Grand Man. So we kicked it with the Grand Man yesterday, man. We just had a good time, just shooting the breeze, man. A little music, some hot topics, and just vibing out together, man. It certainly won't be the last time we do that. We'll have a few more collabs, man. So definitely always good to network and have people in the same kind of atmosphere with you and just grinding it out, man. So it was a good time yesterday, man.
For sure, man. Much appreciated to Grandman. We had a great time, man. Be sure you follow him each and every Wednesday, 5 to 6 p.m. Windy City Underground, man. They're doing great things over there. They have multiple shows, but Grandman doing his thing, man. We was proud to be a part of that, man. So definitely shout out to him. Once again, if this is your first time checking out the show, man, y'all know what we do it here, man. We talk about everything sports related, NBA, NFL. We talk about music, hip hop, the culture. We got a lot of stuff going on social media, Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff, man. YouTube. So if you follow us on YouTube, thank you, man. Welcome. But man, first and foremost, man, I gotta give a shout out to the bros. Corn is doing his thing, man. Very proud of him, man. Very successful guy here, man. Great father, great leader. AD has his motivational Mondays, man, out here representing, man. So be sure you follow those brothers. You see their tag at the bottom. Be sure you follow them, man. And, I'm still trying to do my thing. Last night here, Illinois Media School, man, finishing up. So everybody's keep moving forward. So we're going to get this cracking, man. Wait till everybody tune in. Is the Bulls playing tonight?
No, they not playing tonight.
No, they
yeah, he got a Blake got the inside joke with he talking about the Grand Man look like Pat Bear brother.
Come on, Pat Bear. Yeah, he was that's my first time meeting him, man. So a lot of energy, great vibes from him, I could tell, man. So I had a good time doing that. So this is your first time checking out the podcast. You know how we do. We kick it off with free throws. Give everybody some time to come in, talk about topics. If you want to talk about something, leave it in the chat, right? Anything sports related, NBA, NFL, a lot going on in NFL free agency. We got the draft coming up in about less than a month. All right, NBA is going through its phase right now where we're going to about less than 10 games before the play-in and playoff starts. So we're going to talk about that as well. If you want to talk about some album drop-in or anything like that, man, leave it in the chat. We're going to get into it. All right. So free throws. Free throws is taking a shot of whatever you got, even if it's water, take a free throw, kick off a good show. Bros, what y'all got over there, man?
So you already know the fast is still in commence. So still we partaking in my shots of H2O.
All right, high quality.
At least high quality, at least for the next 2 weeks. And then we'll see once the fast is over and get a little bit back in tone a little bit, but It's been good, man. It's definitely been good for my body. I can tell you that much.
That's what's up. Quan, what you got, Joe?
Well, since it's Ramadan, I'll be drinking water.
All right. I'm proud of you brothers, man. You know, sticking to your guns, man. You know, and it's good to have some positive representation out here, because that's not me. So I'm doing a little bit of Grand Marnier.
Grand Marnier, that's interesting.
Grand Marnier, mixed with a little something else, in there.
Okay.
But for face value, I threw it in a Kool-Aid bottle. So like that, all right.
Have some Kool-Aid, brother.
Have some Kool-Aid. There we go. So free throws, yeah, man. Let's get it up. Let's do it. They don't make Kool-Aid like that no more.
That's a real Kool-Aid.
A real Kool-Aid, yeah. All right, bros. I want to kick it off in the NBA. Like I said, guys, around the league, we got less than 10 games left before the play-in officially starts, and then the playoffs start soon after. There's a lot of teams jockeying for position. The Lakers is kind of figuring out their way. The Bulls is figuring out their way. OKC is kind of getting there a little bit. I want to give a shout out to my new Cinderella team, Sacramento Kings, man. Clinched a playoff berth for the first time in 16 years. Like, that's amazing to even think about 16 straight losing seasons as a franchise. Like, that's huge for them. Mike Brown came over there first year doing his thing. Definitely is a front runner for Coach of the Year. Keegan Murray, a rookie, broke the 3-point record for a rookie. You got D Fox over there, Sabonis. They got a good team. Seem like they're playing for each other. Right now, I think they're the 3rd seed right now, so they're jockeying for position, between 2 and 3. So, man, that's my Cinderella team, man. Hopefully they do something out there. I think right now, if the playoffs started, they will play either Golden State or I'm not for sure who's 6. But
Golden State.
The Golden State in 6? Oh, yeah. Well, I can't go against Steph Curry. So I want to see them come out the time, man. So, but it'll still be a good matchup. So, but yeah, tell me your thoughts on the state of the playoffs right now, man. You got any Cinderella teams, and then who you think it has the momentum going into the play-in, going into the playoffs?
So you shouted out Sacramento in the West, man. I think I want to show some love to as much as I hate to do this because they are a conference team, but Cleveland, man. Cleveland has held their own a little bit and stood kind of firm. I know initially to begin the year we was like, I don't know if they're gonna be able to sustain. They'll probably drop off, drop out. But they've been doing pretty well, man. They clinched as well. They clinched the playoffs. So right now they're currently the 4th seed, but they're only 2 games behind Philly. So they can definitely jock some seeding with that if they, continue to kind of play the way they plan, man. But a lot of young talent that's kind of been stepping up this year. Some of the younger teams have really kind of taken over the landscape. So this is definitely is going to prepare us for some exciting playoff atmosphere for sure.
I think we was talking about before. What if the finals was Cleveland and Sacramento?
We did say that.
What would that be for the? I mean, the ratings wouldn't be marquee, but maybe. Maybe that's what the league needs. Maybe the league needs some type of Cinderella. I mean, we are in March Madness, right? So maybe the team. The NBA needs a storyline of unsuspected teams going to the finals. But Milwaukee, who's first of all getting destroyed by Boston right now by 30 in the 3rd quarter. So that just goes to show you that anything can happen in any given night. But I wouldn't mind seeing a Cleveland and Sacramento, at least them getting to the 2nd round. I'm not gonna say the finals. If they can make a strong push into the 2nd round, I feel like that's a W as far as expectations wise. You know, and hell, you got even OKC, the Thunder. They 9 or 10 right now in the West, so nobody expects them to be doing good, especially with their number one pick sidelined the whole year. I forgot his name. Tall, goofy looking kid. What's his name?
Chet Holmgren.
Chet. There you go.
Yeah.
Didn't play the whole season, so their future's looking bright as well. But what you got, Quan? Who you think?
The team I like to shout out is the Brooklyn Nets.
Really?
They had like, excuse me, given that they had like top talent in the NBA on their team, all the foolishness that took place in the locker room, and then made a trade and was able to still bring those guys in and get them to jail and still make a push. They didn't fall off. I have to commend those guys in Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. Okay, so let me think about it. What is the starting lineup in Brooklyn? I know they got a bunch of rotational guys that's just filling in slots. Is Cam Johnson starting? Is Bridges starting? Like, because I know Ben Simmons ain't playing at all, right?
Yeah.
So right now you got Claxton, Dinwiddie, Bridges, Cam Johnson, and Finney Smith, which is not a bad.
That is not a bad lineup.
Yeah,
not a bad lineup. A bunch of young guys. Who would you say is the leader of that unit though? Dinwiddie? Bridges over Dinwiddie?
Yeah, I would have to go with Bridges, man. I mean, Bridges has been putting up some pretty good numbers, man, since he's gotten over there. And kind of, I mean, honestly, outside of Dinwiddie, I guess you could say he would probably be, they can kind of be interchange, right? So Dinwiddie could be one night and he could be two and they could flip-flop, right? But Bridges has played really well, man. Like, you know, I always knew that he had, you know, a decent game to him, like the capacity to play. But of course, when you have to kind of play behind a few people, you find your niche. And, you know, when he was with Phoenix, it was like, all right, you got to be our wing defender, you know, knock down the little open shots. But now, man, in Brooklyn, he's getting to kind of show his whole game. So, yeah, man, I would say it just kind of depends on the night. But, you know, you can pretty much call him and Dinwiddie 1A and 1B.
That's their backcourt? Is that they is Bridges a 2 or a 3?
I think they're playing him at a 2 right now because of Cam Johnson.
So Dinwiddie and Bridges. What is that rank in the top 10 in the East?
For backcourts, I mean, well, clearly right now it ranks 6 because that's what their team is.
That's what I was about to say.
And so they would play Philly in the first round, right?
Yeah, they would match up with Philly in the first round. Yeah,
I think they'd beat Philly.
Really?
Yeah. Brooklyn play defense.
Philly.
Yeah, that's definitely how they've been able to kind of sustain, you know, where they were. Because, you know, once everything happened, everybody's like, oh yeah, they go ahead, get ready for them to drop out. They ain't gonna make it, you know. They lost too many players. So
you think Philly would lose in 7-game series to Brooklyn that has no experience like that?
Yep. Spencer Dinwiddie got.
Well, I mean, who doesn't have real experience though? I think everybody on their team has experience. I mean, Cam has experience. Mikal Bridges got experience. Dinwiddie, Claxton got experience. Finney Smith got experience because he was with Dallas when they made it. Seth Curry, Cam Thomas, Royce O'Neal with the Jazz, right? He had playoff experience. You know, so they got, I mean, Patty Mills, you know, so they definitely got guys who have playoff opportunities, right? So it wouldn't be a far fetch. Like, I think that in order for Philly to really pull, you know, to really just beat them, like, you know what Embiid is going to do, but it's going to be the other people.
Right.
Like if the other people don't step up, it's a wrap.
See, and the thing with that is, as much as I like Embiid, I think he's dope. But Philly will never win anything as long as Doc Rivers is the coach. As long as Embiid continues to shoot jumpers and 3-pointers, they're not going to go far.
I agree with that.
Also, I just think Brooklyn has a deeper rotation than Philly. Like, I mean, I like Maxey. Tobias Harris really don't give Philly much. He ain't gonna do no more than 12 points, 4 boards, 3 assists.
Mm-hmm.
Tyrese Maxey gonna ball, but James Harden hit a miss. And then when your 6 man off the bench is PJ Tucker giving you quadruple zero
single.
Like he just played 31 minutes the other day. He didn't have a point, a rebound, an assist, nothing. He didn't do anything. And then he clocked a lot of cardio.
Clocked a lot of cardio. I mean,
a lot of cardio.
If okay, and I'm glad I read that comment because I do think it'll be an interesting matchup. But when it's playoff time and it's time to win the game and get a bucket, we know it's 2 people in Philly that they have go-to guys they can count on to get a bucket or win a game. Hell, we seen Embiid beat the Raptors on a fadeaway damn 3-pointer to win, beat that series. So between Embiid and Harden, they have go-to guys to end a series in the game. Who was the go-to guys in Brooklyn that can do that?
Dinwiddie.
Dinwiddie getting a bucket.
Dinwiddie definitely getting the bucket if they got to go down to it.
Remember, Dinwiddie. They didn't want him to really leave Brooklyn. He just got traded because it was open to getting somebody else to come.
Which was who? He went to Washington, right?
Yeah, he went on a little run. He went on a little run for a minute.
Wait, he got traded from free agency.
Oh, I can't remember, but
I think it was trade.
Dallas, because the Bulls, we got rid of them.
Yeah, great job, boy.
I can't remember the situation, but he wasn't out there that long. You said the boy closed his legs. Hell.
That's funny. But so honestly, I remember watching this on Get Up, the sports show. If Philly, because now, if let's say y'all not talking about them not coming out the first round, but let's say Philly don't even make it to the second round or the third round, and Harden's a free agent. PJ Tucker's 36, 37. Doc is on his last. You know what I'm saying? Do Embiid request a trade if they don't make it out the first round this year?
I mean, I would. If I was Embiid, I'd get up out of there. I think I said that in our text group one time. Like, free Joel. Like he got it. Like I mean, as long like Doc Rivers, he from Chicago. Much respect to Doc Rivers, but lately he ain't been able to pull it together. He had a lot of talent, and something ain't happening. But I feel also that Embiid got to play more of a big man role. He got to hit the block a little more. Like he wastes. Embiid have 40, but he could have had 60 if he would have went to the rack instead of shooting a 3. Could have had 60. That would have probably translated to a win. And he want to shoot 3s.
Okay,
this is definitely a valid point.
So if you the ownership and you have to choose between Embiid and Doc, who would you choose?
Embiid.
Okay, so that means if you replace him, Doc, you got to bring this. Like if I'm Embiid and you telling me, okay, we're gonna fire Doc Rivers, who you gonna give me? I need Phil Jack. I need Pop. I need to. I'm trying to.
Not for Doc Rivers.
So it's like
Doc Rivers had a high regard in 2008, bro. in a high regard before he became a coach. Everybody, but we done seen Lob City do absolutely nothing. We done seen him do. We seen Doc underachieve for like 15 years. It's over with.
Yeah, and you know he's been given, you know, and I think that just speaks to his respectability, man, because he's been given a leash unlike no other. Like
Yeah.
to not to have as much talent as he's had with teams and not be able to pull it together and get them over the hump and to still be able to coach. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this was anybody else, the plug would have been pulled a long time ago.
You got to think about the teams he done had. Let's just take the Clippers. He done had Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, Jamal Crawford, DeAndre Jordan,
Eric Gordon,
Eric Gordon. These niggas all on the same team. We could keep going. I mean, he had Grant Hill for a minute. He had Batum. He done had killers out there.
Mm-hmm.
He done had killers out there. And they didn't do nothing. I mean, he done had Darren Collison. He done had hoopers. He didn't have hoopers, and they didn't do nothing.
How many times he made it to the finals?
He ain't made it to the finals.
He ain't made it to the finals since Boston.
So only really like once or twice in his whole career.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah. So that's why I'm saying, like, you know, if this was, man, this anybody else, man. After year 3, shoot, maybe 2, because people just don't have patience no more. But like, there's no way, like, nobody else stand in that situation, and the seat ain't hotter than what it is for Doc. Like, that seat should have been burnt. He shouldn't even have a seat at this point. It should have been burnt to the floor.
Yeah. I think at this point, I like, for real, I think Embiid gonna ask for Buddy to go. Like, man, Buddy gotta go.
Like, hey, me and him, man. You want to keep him? Put me on the block.
You gotta look
put me on the trading block, right?
Like, he came in, when he got there, he started bothering Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons was okay until then. Ben Simmons was, you know, 76ers was loving him until Doc got there, started bothering his game. He started bothering Markelle Fultz. And remember that. Markelle, number 1 draft pick, bro. He was out there okay. He just couldn't shoot. There was a lot of number 1 draft picks that couldn't shoot. You start bothering his shot. Look what Markelle Fultz doing now for Orlando. Look what he doing now. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, he kind of destroyed the team when he first got there and, like, basically held it together just because Embiid stayed. Embiid and Tobias Harris, you know what I'm saying, they was able to drop some money to keep them there. But it's not really a winning organization. They're number 3 in the East because the East is so bad. If you put Philly in the West, them niggas would probably they probably get the number 1 draft pick.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what's gonna happen with Philly this particular playoffs. I do agree. Like, we see players have more control now than ever when it comes to requesting trades and what they want, and, you know, not being happy in a situation. If you're an all-star, you can pretty much dictate what you want to do, where you want to go, all that stuff. Now, players have a lot of control. So if Embiid does not make it out of the first, especially the first round, I definitely see him possibly requesting the trade because, like I said, you know, Harden's a free agent and everybody's aging on that team, which brings me to the other side of the conference. Same scenario. I was reading today about yesterday about the Mavericks. If Luka doesn't, if they fail, because right now they're not even playing. So, and we know Kyrie is a free agent. So, if once again they fail to make it to the playoffs, make it to the playoffs, or even make any noise in the playoffs, does Luka request a trade? So, if you are Luka, would you request a trade if y'all not doing nothing this season?
You got to look at it. Dallas is Luka's team. Luka not gonna go nowhere. He not going nowhere. And if he does, I mean that's just on him. But it'd be dumb for him to go because then that locks Kyrie in. Kyrie's not gonna be too quick to leave neither because it's like I got here toward the end of the season, chemistry off, we got to figure it out. And you got to think, ain't gonna be a big market for Kyrie Irving. Yeah, he talented as hell, but the media has put this, oh, he a nutcase tag on him. He uncooperative. He gonna do this, he gonna do that, he gonna do this in your locker room. So the fact that Dallas wanted him, he gonna have to sit still. He gotta prove to the people that he still got that championship game in him. And Luka has to prove that he can play with another star. Luka ain't never had to play with nobody. I mean, let's see. When Luka got that, Dirk was on his way out. Like Dirk was 15 minutes tops. You know what I'm saying? Like he gave him the keys. Yeah, you do this shit. I did it already.
Right.
So other than Dirk, he's never had to play with a superstar player. You know, I think the best player that he probably had to play with that I can think off the top of my head, and I'm probably wrong. I'm not going to even say Porzingis.
That's who I was thinking.
I'm torn between Dinwiddie and Tim Hardaway Jr. They're the best players he ever had, in my opinion.
Yeah, I forgot about KP. They was making it like Porzingis was going to be this dynamic duo together because Porzingis had a great year or two in New York, but after New York, he kind of like, I don't want to say he fell off, but he didn't live up to the expectation that people thought he was going to be.
He got hurt, and then they shipped him to Washington after that. Yeah. Washington didn't work out, so Dallas was looking like it was going to revive his career. He started out nice. And then it fell off. And I forgot where he is now.
Is he back? Wait, he got traded to Washington twice?
Well, he in Washington now, I think.
Yeah, Washington. I don't know where he went. He went somewhere after leaving New York.
Right.
I'm not sure. I don't think he went straight to Dallas.
Yeah, he in Washington right now.
Okay.
Yeah. What did Porzingis to?
I could be wrong. He could have went straight from New York to.
He did go straight to Dallas.
Okay.
Yeah.
He could. Let me see. I'm trying to look it up.
Porzingis, I believe him in New York was having a contract dispute or something.
He was hurt, and they was like, "We're not giving him all that damn money."
Yeah, and they sent them to Dallas for, I don't know, probably
but nothing. No. Right.
Two loose squares and a bus token.
Yeah. So yeah, I agree with that. Luka, that is his team, and Dirk is still very much prevalent in that organization to be in his ear. Like you can stay with one organization for up to 10 years and just see the process through. You can win a ring. See, I got a statue outside. Just trust the process and everything like that. So
yeah, he did go straight to Dallas. He sure did.
Straight to Dallas. Yeah. No, Mark Cuban don't have no issue spending money.
Yeah, so why? That's what I'm saying. So why do they have so much problem getting talent over there if he ain't got no problem spending money? Why don't nobody want to play in Dallas?
It ain't. I don't think it's don't nobody want to play in Dallas. I think it's just it's so much money out here. People just going to go where they get the top dollar. It's like, all right, once Luka get his 200 and Kyrie get his 200, there's only so much left. So if I'm a player I'm on the come up, I'm a Jalen Brunson. Let's just say there's a reason Jalen Brunson left. It wasn't, I don't like Dallas. He was killing. It's like, all right, well, I'm going to go where I get the most money. And that's what he did. It just happened to work out for him in New York. They go into the playoffs. He doing his thing, and he got paid to do it.
And I remember, and his pops over there. But I remember us talking about Jalen Brunson, man, last year around this time. And I was saying, like, the boy is underrated. Like, And Dallas is clearly missing his leadership. I truly believe that when he left, that identity left with him.
Uh-huh.
If Jalen Brunson was still there, of course we probably wouldn't even be having the Kyrie Luka conversation, but we would need to, because
Right.
I think that he's just, you know, that good of a player where he was pretty much the guy that could have played alongside of Luka and they could have been successful under J Kidd.
And another issue that I think, strictly me, I think Luka been whining to the refs too much, play ball. Like I noticed him doing that more this year than I have any other time.
Yep.
And I think that's a big problem. He like the other day. I mean, it may be true, but him doing all this to the refs and all, bro, play ball. Play ball. I get it. The game can be altered. When you them getting more free throws, then I get it. But if you winning your matchup, don't worry about none of that. Like, hey, all right, we got to get out here and hoop, because the team following him. So once he get to whining, everybody whining, and they get they butt whooped. Try not to cuss people.
Well, interesting that we talking about that, because talk about transformation. Jalen Brunson left Dallas, and now he got the New York Knickerbockers in the playoffs. You know, I mean, that sounds even, you know, but yeah. So as the way it's constructed right now, the Knicks are playing together. Shout out to Thibodeau, got them hooping over there. They have a lot of talent. I wish they had played D Rose, but we ain't even gonna get into all that. You know, but yeah, as it's constructed now, if the playoffs started now, they'll play Cleveland. So Cleveland and New York, I mean, who you got in that series if it was to happen like that?
Cleveland's size, their length and size will probably be an issue for New York. You know, it probably will be a good matchup where to go. I think that series will stretch, right? Like I don't think that's gonna be like somebody coming out in 5. That'll probably be a series that stretches a few games, because you're gonna have some back and forth, you know, between the matchups. I would probably suggest whoever has the home court would probably be the one that comes out on top of that series.
New York, I don't like it. I don't like this vibe I'm getting from you. The vibe I'm getting is that they are hungry, like,
very much so.
Like they trying to come and upset some people. And I actually, for whatever reason, I was watching a New York Knicks game. Maybe it's just because it was in front of my face, but they like hooping. Like,
they are. Julius Randle
is, man, like they hooping.
And he's out right now. He got injured.
Yeah. So
yeah, he did the other day. Matter of fact, it was yesterday. Came down on his ankle.
Yep.
Yeah. Without him, I don't see them going too far. There's only so much Brunson and Hart gonna be able to do.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Obi out there, but he can't create his own shot.
Yeah. I mean, RJ will give you some buckets, but he's inconsistent, you know.
Yeah, he's inconsistent, man. And I think adding Josh Hart made it even worse.
Yeah, chemistry.
Because RJ just, I don't think he know when to pull his shot, when to, you know what I'm saying, do anything.
So that's what I'm saying, and I think that's why I'm just curious to see these matchups finally. I wish it would hurry up and we get all the seedings correct, because the matchups, once we fully get the matchups on bars and buckets, then we're really going to dive in into, like, you know, how to have the March Madness pool, and maybe So we're gonna put that together, and we're gonna give our predictions about how it's gonna play out. Which brings me to, you know, we got to talk about it while we're on NBA, and then we're gonna switch to NFL. Got to talk about the Bulls, man. They got a good game against LA last week in LA. Took a weird loss against the Clippers, which I don't know. That game felt weird to me. I don't know if it's because they just played the Lakers. I don't know. They feel like they had multiple chances to get in that game and win that game, but they didn't. Then they lost against the Lakers at the crib last night.
Mm-hmm.
They're currently 36-40. 2 games ahead of Washington for the 10th spot, and 2 games behind Toronto for the 9th spot.
Toronto and Atlanta.
So prediction time, man. Like, are we gonna make the play in? And then even if we do make the play in, what is the realistic chance that we get the 7th or the 8th spot?
Let me see, man.
Let's see. We got Charlotte on Friday.
Should be good.
Atlanta is coming what, Tuesday?
Atlanta's coming Tuesday. The Grizzlies Sunday.
Sheesh.
Bucks on Wednesday.
Sheesh.
Mavs on Friday.
Yeah.
And then we close out with the Pistons on Easter Sunday.
Okay. I like the closeout game. I like the game against Charlotte.
So that's what, 6 games?
They could beat Atlanta. The Bulls, I would switch Vooch and Drummond in the rotation. Drummond seemed to be playing a lot better than Vooch. Like, he grabbed more rebounds. He more active around the rim. He get more tip-ins. More, I want to say, like, when I just seen him play the 76ers, he was so active around the rim, it was ridiculous. Like, he was just active, getting tips. They wound up taking Vooch out.
Yeah.
So I would switch them in the rotation. Whatever minutes Drummond was normally getting, get at the Vooch, because that way Vooch can play. That way, when Zach and DeRozan come out of the game, you still got somebody that can score on the floor instead of throwing Drummond out there. Now you got Vooch and Kobe White in the second unit, and we know Kobe, what he was doing for Vooch last year.
Mm-hmm.
He was hitting Vooch in them spots like, here. I'm gonna penetrate. I'm gonna get you right here. But if you only put Kobe White out there, and then you got a bunch of other people that can't really score, so that's how they be going down 25 in 5 minutes.
Right.
Like, man, I just turned. The Bulls down 25 points.
Yeah, it's all rotational strategy. And making adjustments, man. We spoken quite a bit about Billy's inability to really truly make adjustments throughout the course of the game. Like, he just doesn't. I don't know, man. Like, you see something that works and then you go away from it. It just doesn't make sense. But I agree to your point, bro. Like, you gotta kind of maximize these lineups, man. You can't have all your. I mean, you can start your top guns and do what you do, but at some point, you got to mix and match just to keep the flow and the rhythm going in the game. Because it don't take much for a team to go on a run, and if you ain't, basketball is a game of run, so you gotta be able to sustain it somehow. So I don't even know why Drummond didn't play. What was that, last night?
Well, yeah, why didn't you get no time?
I don't get it, man. Like, when he's out there, majority of the time he's productive. Like, I don't get why he's just wasting time on the bench. Like, we can't even have the conversation of, well, I'm just saving him for. No, it's nothing to save at this point.
Right.
It's nothing to save.
He did a better job on AD.
Much better job.
Oh, wait a minute. Actually, sidebar, Boston beat Ned by like 40. Damn there.
That is right. He did post something on IG or Twitter about his mental health.
I was about to mention that. Yeah, because I was about to mention that he was talking about his mental health issues. So maybe that is which is a justifiable reason to a coach. I can't, or maybe he didn't have to tell a coach. Maybe Billy Donovan was like, look, stay at the crib or whatever, or just suit up or whatever.
Right.
So mental health can definitely be a reason why, because we never know what these athletes going through. They make millions of dollars and all that stuff, but we don't know what they got going on in their personal life. So we can't, as fans, we want them to suit up and go out there and do what we want them to do, but people go through good life issues. So it would have been nice to see Drummond out there, but I did read about his mental health. So we hope that he take the time to, hey man, tend to that. Talk to who you need to talk to, pray, relax your mind, your body, and everything like that. We definitely miss him. We need him out there, but mental health comes first. So
definitely.
So
definitely praying for him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we talking about the seeding right now. I don't think the Bulls are going to get to 7 because they're like 4 games behind the Heat for 7 right now. And we just named about, let's say realistically, they go 3-3 in these next 6 games.
That's probably realistic. Yeah.
3-3 in the next 6 games. That they'll probably be like 8 or 9. So if they be 8 or 9, we just want to see, man. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to see how these standings is gonna go.
Yeah, I mean anything above that, let's see. The last 10 games, they're 6-4. Which is funny because I think that was pretty much how we had called it too.
Yeah,
that would kind of be where they would be around this time within that 10-game span. Yeah, I mean, realistically, I think 3-3 is probably right on the head. I mean, anything above that, we probably put ourselves in a better position. But if they can for sure pull out three games, if they can for sure pull out 3 games, then then we'll definitely at least be in position to, we'll be in the play-in, right? So we'll be in position to be in the playoffs. So Atlanta and Toronto, they've been kind of sketchy. Well, Atlanta actually been, let's see, they 5-5 in the last 10. Toronto is 6-4. So Toronto is probably a little hotter than Atlanta right now. But yeah, I think that that 8th seed is definitely feasible just because they only 2 games behind. The 7th seed, unless they just lose their mind and go undefeated, which that is not gonna happen. If that happened, it's pigs flying somewhere. So 8th seed is probably more realistic with that, and just got to push it out to sea, man. The reality is they just got to, for these next 6 games, they got to put everything on the line, man.
Yeah, and he gonna have to use that whole bench. Like, I don't understand how Javonte Green is available some games, then next night he in a jogging suit. Like, bro, you need everybody right now. Everybody. And Javonte Green at least be on the glass, and the Bulls struggle with rebounding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, so that means we asked it before with everybody else. We gotta ask it with the Bulls. If the Bulls, for whatever reason, don't make the play-in, but even if they do make the play-in and they don't make the playoffs, which very much happen, or let's say they do make the playoffs and they get bounced in the first round, what does this summer look like? Do they tear it all up, or they just, how AK is like, I like this group, we're gonna keep them together. I mean, what y'all think they should do this summer if that happens?
Well, they know they gotta retool because you're not getting Lonzo back. You know you need a facilitating guard. You need that coach on the floor. So they're gonna have to do something. They just got to decide if who they gonna stick with between Zach and DeRozan, because right now both of them together is not working.
You don't think it's gonna work? Okay.
It's not working. It's not working. They need some rebounders. These guys are gonna play some D. They need a defensive mentality, and Billy Donovan's not that dude when it comes to defense. I mean, they extended him for 4-5 years, so he's not going anywhere.
He ain't going nowhere. And Boots is a free agent.
I pray to God he leave. I pray to God he leave. I swear to, I pray.
AK said his priority is to try to re-sign Vooch. So
I pray to God somebody give that
Somebody
man.
go give him more money.
Man, I pray to God he got to go.
Somebody go give him more money, man.
He just they don't really do like I watch the man and I be like, damn, he had 20 and 17. Like, when the hell did he do that?
It's so hot and cold, man. You know, just
about his 20 and 17 don't fit, like it don't affect the game.
Yeah. The offense, man. I don't
too much.
Yeah, I don't like the sets. I don't like the sets at all, man. Like they don't maximize the team we have, and then we are so like against getting out and running when we need to.
Yep.
Like I literally watched I watched Debo get a steal, and he got the steal, and he bounced the ball, and then it was just like, all right, y'all, let's catch up with me. Like I'm just gonna walk it up, y'all go set up. I'm like, bro, you just got a turnover. We can't sit on turnovers. Like turnovers, we got to be out and running. Like you can't, and they just for the life of me just will not run. Like run the floor. Like you can't just set up every time, you know. And it could work though. Like the thing about it is, it could work if we had an offense that was specific to that talent that we have, right? Corn, you spoke to it before. Like, man, you gotta know each other enough to be like, man, listen, you got a 6-minute stretch, you cooking, you go at it. I'll be right here. We good, right? Like, you got to be comfortable enough when you're playing with players on a superstar level that when they're in the mix and cooking like that, you got to be comfortable enough to just step out, take a back seat for a little bit, because you're gonna get yours. Every star players are going to get theirs. There's no way around it. It's just a matter of of when and how, but like they just don't. Their connection is just not there at all.
Yeah. And also, I know he keeps. I know you said AK say his priorities to keep Vooch. He better keep Kobe White.
Definitely.
That's what he better keep.
Definitely.
So
he a free agent.
I was just about to say, I'm looking at the roster right now for this summer. Kobe is a free agent. They didn't trade him and they didn't extend his contract before the trade deadline.
Mm-hmm.
You got Lonzo, who's not going to play next year. Pat Bev is a free agent. Caruso's going to be back. Debo's going to be back. Drummond is a free agent. Derek Jones Jr. I think they have an option, though. I think it's a team option for him, I believe. You got Zach LaVine. You got Vucevic. You got Patrick Williams. Io.
Agent.
I think they got to put a tender on Io, right, for his contract, or somebody can sign him. Is that how that goes? For the second round draft picks, I think they're third or first. After their second year, you have to put like a tender on their contract, or somebody else can sign. I'm not sure how that works. But they got to, he's a key piece. So right now, we know the Bulls are cheap. So how do you construct this team? Do you trade Pat Will? Do you stick with him? Do you decide between Debo and Zach? Vooch is a free agent. Lonzo not going to be there. I mean, really, your team just going to look the same. You know what I'm saying? So what do you do? Do you look at free agents? We was talking about bringing Fred VanVleet. He's a free agent. Do you invest money in him? D'Lo from the Lakers, he's a free agent point guard out there. Do you look to him? I mean, Horn said either Zach or Debo got to go. So which one do you trade? Who do you know what I'm saying? Zach has got that big ass contract. It's gonna be hard to trade, but not necessarily hard to trade. But who do you pick between those two? He's like they got a lot of questions to ask this summer.
Man, a whole lot of questions, man. And you just really gotta. I don't know, man. Like it got to be some hard conversations, bro. Like you gotta see how you could figure this out and make it work. Because right now, we're in that same situation where we have a decent amount of talent and we're underachieving.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like realistically, like with the talent the Bulls have, Let me see. Trying to look at. There's no way. Like in my opinion, the Bulls on paper are better than the Knicks.
Yeah.
They're better than the Knicks. There's no way that
offensively, I would say they're better.
yeah. I just don't get why the Bulls struggling so hard, man. It's frustrating. It's frustrating watching them. Like on paper, they got a decent team, man.
Yeah.
Because they'll say he'll take the same roster and run it back with a new coach. But if they just signed my man for like 4 or 5 years.
The same roster.
But what coach? All right, if even though I want Billy Donovan gone, but who do you grab? Who do you grab?
Yeah, about to say who's the coach you grab?
Because swear to God, I hope it ain't Doc Rivers.
I mean, I can see. Well,
I'll go get Nate McMillan. He's available.
Yeah.
Since Trae Young messed that up.
Yeah, they weren't getting along. They weren't getting along now.
That's Trae Young's fault, though. You were there to listen to the coach, bro.
I would say first of all, okay, we just assuming that the Bulls don't make the playoffs or they lose in the first round, they get swept or something like that. How this offseason looks this summer. You got two big contracts that it's going to be hard to unload in Debo and Zach LaVine. I feel like the trade market for both of them wouldn't be dry. You can definitely find a team about what you're going to get in return. You don't want to play yourself and just get 2 second rounds and 2 role players. You know what I'm saying? You want to get the best that you can if you're going to trade those guys. Lonzo is hard. Ain't nobody trading for Lonzo this summer.
Do you send Zach to Portland for the trial? I mean, I'm not a GM, but I know it got money and other things involved. But do you send Zach to Portland for Dame? Pop ain't coming here.
Hey, well, when Pop retire, he gonna be right in that front office, man.
Pop say he's done with the circus.
Said he tired of this NBA.
Now, Dame very much can request it. I definitely see him out of all his loyalty. He's been super loyal. He's always come out and said publicly, "I'm gonna stick to the process. I'm here. And the grass not green on the other side." But Dame is getting over it. He on the wrong side of 30. Joe, I could definitely see him. But even if he do say I want to trade, coming to the Bulls is not because you're gonna have to send LaVine, and you know what I'm saying.
But you're pairing him with LaVine or DeRozan. I would prefer DeRozan. I mean, I know Zach is younger. Maybe I don't know. Maybe Zach would work out without the ball in his hand more because his decision making is horrible. And Dame had a ball in his hand, and you have somebody that can make shots late in the game, big shots late in the game. Zach ain't developed that all the way yet. Like he got it, but he's streaky with it. I don't know. And maybe Dame can get Vucevic to do something other than I don't know, man. The fact that he argued with Pat Bev, bro. I was done with like you argue with this nigga about guarding nobody. You stood there.
You was guarding, like he wasn't wrong.
Nigga was guarding Benny the Bull, bro. Like who was you guarding?
Wow. Well,
I was right here.
Yeah, that's wow. We're not saying that. First of all, are we saying? Well, we all know as Portland as an organization is as far as getting talent is tricky. But can we really assess Billups as a head coach as far as what he's done? Are we like as far as judging Billups as a coach? It's not his fault, right? That the Portland ain't having success, right? Or is it?
Yeah, it's definitely got something to do with him.
Okay.
It definitely got something to do with him. I mean, he a first year coach. I mean, he got a lot to learn. He got a lot to learn.
This is first year? I thought this was second year. Oh.
First or second year.
Yeah.
He
so he's not on the hot seat.
Nah, not in Portland.
I get him 2 more years.
Yeah.
I get him 2 more years. I wish we could somehow get Jeremy Grant. I wish he'd have never went to Portland. I wish we could have got him from Detroit.
I thought that was a good move. I honestly thought Portland was going to do better than they did.
Yeah, gotta keep. I mean, I feel you. DeRozan be 34, but Zach LaVine, like, yeah, he younger, man, but he be messing up too much for me, man.
So he's saying get more out of. He's saying get some out of DeRozan because he's older.
Yeah,
you know, as opposed to trading LaVine. I guess I can see that.
Debo at least hit shots when it matter. He's smarter with the basketball. He turned it over. Don't get me wrong. But Zach, oh my God, man. I'm gonna just stop, bro. Y'all can. I'm just like Zach pisses me. Him and Vucevic, I promise you.
Our 2 main stars are so up and down.
2 main stars. Yep.
It pissed me
but
off.
it's all logical though, man. Like you watch him play, and you watch Zach play, and you see his talent level, right? Like the way that he can pretty much get to the rim at will, get any bucket he wants. The decisions that he makes are just mind-boggling. Because it's like, dude, you've had 3 possessions in a row where they couldn't stay in front of you. There was nothing they can do. And you come down on the 4th possession and take 2 steps past half court and pull up a 3.
And pull and be dead serious, bro.
and miss it. Like not even close to hitting
it. He be on some Nick Young.
Like, hey. But he just doesn't like, yeah, man, definitely that contract. He got paid.
I had 2 people that I know today. When I had posted yesterday, Zach LaVine should get some of that 215 back. And I had 2 people. I respect their sports mind. And they was telling me that DeRozan is the problem. And I was like, Zach turned him. I'm like, Zach is horrible when it comes to decision making and shot selection. I'm like, DeRozan actually scored when it mattered. The Bulls down 4, 2 minutes left. DeRozan go get a bucket. Zach a jack up a 30-foot 3-pointer and not attempt to grab the rebound. He don't follow his shot. He don't do none of that. And Zach don't attempt to play defense. At least DeRozan halfway play defense. I don't even think I seen Zach in defensive stance.
I don't know, man. I think they have a shared accountability with that, right? Like I think that both of them at certain points in the game can mess up the energy, you know, because Debo gets it, the ball stick, right? The ball stick, it feels like it's super slow offensively. Zach gets it, it's like, okay, oh man, good drive, Zach, and then he comes, oh man, terrible shot. What are you doing? Right? So it's kind of shared, man. They both have some deficiencies in terms of understanding the moment of the game. And I will say that if I had to put the ball in somebody's hand at the end of the game, I'm gonna put it in Debo's hand before I put it in Zach's hand, right? But nonetheless, man, both of them really just need to step it up a little bit, man, to figure it out, because it's not what it should be. Having 2 perimeter guys.
Because of point, he ain't been that good because he had to share the ball with Zach. Last year, Zach was hurt for a stretch. He got to cook a little bit. Now he got to share the ball with Zach LaVine, who go jack up shots. look you off. So by the time you do get the ball, you're like, I'm pulling this. Pulling.
Yeah.
That may have something to do with it. He just might be having a bad year. I mean, it's shared. It is what it is. I just like the. I guess I'm a fan of DeRozan more than I am Zach LaVine. Even though I like Zach LaVine, I was like, I liked him in Minnesota. But you need a coach that's gonna teach them how to play off each other.
That's I agree. Yeah, that's why you only as good as your coach put you in the best positions. You know what I'm saying? Your coach puts you in the best chance. Obviously the players have to do the work, but the coach sets their team up. I mean, we see it with Mike Brown. Mike Brown, man, over there is putting his team in the best position to win, the best lineups, sets, things like that to play off each other. We already know who the go-to guy is. We already know when it's time for clutch, Fox going to do his thing. Sabonis going to come up with a big rebound. We see this rookie over there who everybody thought was a bad draft pick, but I said Keegan Murray going to be something, man, and he's showing it. I'll be the first to say, I didn't see this Malik Monk shit. This Malik Monk shit, I did not
hater
at all.
Been balling.
The boy been a bucket, man. Been a bucket since grammar school.
He struggled. He struggled when he got over there with number 6.
Thank you. We'll take that. We'll take number 6. Yeah. Well, so I mean, the way it's looking, man, it's 3 teams in Cali, and it looked like the team that got the most opportunity to make it far is, I can't believe I'm saying it, the Sacramento Kings. Even though Brody did have a good game with the Clippers. We don't know what's going on with PG. The Lakers still finding their footing. So
they the 8th seed in the West now.
They are.
Yep.
They winning games.
Yep. So I mean, if LeBron get in, he got a chance. Yeah. To do something. I mean.
And the 7th seed is who? Who's the 7th seed in the West?
He loses.
Minnesota.
Oh yeah, they
Timberwolves.
Yeah. So the play-in is the 7 play the 8, and the loser play the 9 and the 10, or right? That's how that goes.
I believe so.
Yeah. You said, So the 7-8, the winner is the 7th seed,
right?
And then that loser has to play the winner of the 9-10 game,
okay.
And then they become the 8th seed.
So I still see the Lakers making the playoffs there.
At least they gonna make it.
Yeah, they definitely.
Unless they get crushed.
I said they got the Timberwolves Friday. The T-Wolves could win that game. They play the Rockets Sunday. They should win that. Then they got the Jazz, Clippers, Suns, Jazz.
Oh yeah, they gonna make the playoffs.
Yeah, I think they're gonna make it.
And the crazy thing is, the only team that I can see beating them is the Timberwolves. The Clippers, if Kawhi don't lock up LeBron and Brody don't have the game that he had last night, they're gonna lose. They need Brody. They need Russell Westbrook to go off. They got to show the Lakers like y'all ain't the only team out here in LA.
Now, we talked about potential additions, and let's say Brody is a free agent after this season, and let's say Billy Donovan is like, look, I need you to come over here and play with the Bulls. Do you take a flyer on Brody with the Bulls for next season since Lonzo ain't gonna be there?
You gotta have the right coach with him, man.
Yeah.
That would be a train wreck. Him and Zach LaVine on the same team.
Sheesh.
I would storm the United Center.
Certainly from a tempo standpoint, that would be great, right? They definitely run the ball, which is what they should be doing anyway. So from a tempo standpoint, that would be great.
But Vooch ain't the center if we're gonna run the ball.
Nah.
He's not. See, that's the thing that messes up the scheme. You got $100 million man that can't run.
Damn.
They do a pretty good job of getting out and running with Big Zubac in the middle in LA.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm really interested to see how this next week is about to play off with these games, how it's gonna line up, man. And I'm excited for us to put this bracket together. You know, we're gonna, as soon as we see the official 1 through 8, we're gonna put a bars and buckets bracket together. And see what you guys think. And we're gonna all do it and see when we get our bracket busted. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of that, it is March Madness, right?
Yeah.
It is, my brother.
Let's get into that a little bit, man. What y'all think about that so far?
Exciting.
So, yeah, it definitely has lived up to everything we talk about when we say March Madness, right? Yeah. We have no number one seeds in the Final Four. I don't think we had. If I'm not mistaken, we didn't even have a number one seed in the Elite Eight.
That's crazy.
Right? So the Sweet 16 pretty much eliminated the number one seeds. So right now we have Florida Atlantic, which was a 9 seed, playing San Diego State, which is a 5 seed, on one side of the Final Four. Then the other side we have Miami, which is a 5 seed, playing UConn, which is a 4 seed.
UConn.
Right. Three surprise teams. UConn has been pretty steady this year. They had a few bad losses where people kind of was like, okay, well, maybe they're not ready. But their team is really, really good. Really athletic, long skill, can shoot the ball. They play very up tempo too. They'll get out and run on you. Their defense has a lockdown defense. So they are a really good team. I think that these 2 games that they're playing, you know, to see who's going to make the championship, I think both of them are going to be extremely good games. Miami is going to they're going to compete. You know, I hate to say anybody who makes it this far, you know, can't go to the championship, but I do think that UConn's size and just the overall strength of their team, I think that they'll go ahead and take care of business. But Miami is not going to go away without a fight. On the other side of the ball game, man, I don't know. It's really a toss-up, man, because FAU, Florida Atlantic, man, they really been storming through this tourney. But San Diego State also has a really solid defense. Their defense is really strong. But it would be an intriguing matchup to get a Miami Florida Atlantic championship game. Because Florida, that would be crazy for the state of Florida. But I don't know. I think I'm gonna go UConn and Florida Atlantic in the championship, and I think I got UConn coming out.
That's a smart bet to take. That's a smart lick. What you got, Corn? Ouch.
I'm looking at the bracket now. Me, I'm gonna go just because I'm liking what I see out of their game. I'm gonna go Florida Atlantic. I know San Diego State got a really good team. But it's just something about Florida. I like passion, bro. Like everybody been showing it, but I'm gonna go with the underdog. I like the smaller schools. They bringing it. UConn and Miami. I'm gonna go UConn. Yeah. Shit. Yeah. I mean, I just want to see Florida Atlantic, man. seen them hoop, I was like, oh, I like them. Because before that, I was kind of, not kind of, but I was rocking with trying to go back. Let's find them real quick. It was another small school that was doing their thing. They wore the same colors. That's why I'm having a hard time thinking about who it is. What was the other small color that was doing their thing?
The same colors as FAU?
Yeah. Then they was a small school. They wind up knocking off somebody big too.
Oh yeah. Wow, who was that? Oh shoot.
They knocked out. I'm trying to look. What St. Mary's? What St. Mary's?
Nah, definitely wasn't
Fair Dickinson.
When they beat Purdue. Fairleigh Dickinson, yeah.
Yeah, when they beat Purdue. I was I was rooting for them. So they're gonna be yeah, man. So I'm gonna go with them for the final, for the championship game.
You got FAU and UConn.
Yeah.
And you got FAU beating UConn for the championship.
Nah, I ain't gonna go that far.
All right, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, man. But this is, it's definitely been, this tournament has definitely been one for the ages, man. A lot of competition, man. A lot of, like you say, these smaller schools, man. When they come, they just gonna leave it all on the floor, man.
Right.
And take whatever come with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. That's all you can do.
So that's definitely good business, man. Bro, you got anything else for the people tonight, man?
Only thing, music wise, DJ Drama dropping the album tomorrow.
Okay.
Name of the album was I Really Like That. So I plan on checking it out. I just want to see who he gonna have on it. Hopefully we get a dope Wayne verse off the album. I know Wayne. So I know it's some more out there, but that was one of the ones I was checking for.
Say the album name again.
I'm Really Like That.
Okay. I'm really like that. I got you.
Yeah.
I got
you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, definitely go check that out. Definitely go check that out. Y'all check that out too, man. And shoot, man, y'all hear anything, that y'all kind of be, in tune to the music, and you like, man, y'all heard this, y'all should check this out, man. Feel free to drop that, man. Let us know kind of what you think with that, man. We always in tune with, hearing new stuff and seeing what other people putting out, man. So it's definitely a good look for the crew, man. So with that being said, man, our RMF had to sign off, tonight, and but we're gonna go ahead and get ready to close out this evening. As always, man, y'all make sure you click and subscribe to Bars and Buckets on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Make sure y'all get in our Bars and Buckets podcast crew group on Facebook as well, man. That's always popping, always active with, just kind of sports stuff and, some other stuff, man. Sometimes we may get a little off the sports topic, but it's just a way to engage y'all, man, to keep y'all in tune with what we're doing. And at the bottom of the screen also is our email address. So as always, if you want to come join the show one week to be a special guest, you got some new music, you got something you just want to get out, man. Even if you're an advocate for the community, whatever the case may be, man, we welcome you to the show, man. And because we all about growth over here, man, and we want to make sure we give people the spotlight to have that opportunity to grow. So I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of reiterate my tags, man. On Facebook, you can find me at Adrian Dury, Instagram, Urban Gentleman 85, and on TikTok, Principal AD. What you got for him, Corn?
I just want to say first, appreciate everybody who watched us today. Tell your friend, tell your cousins, tell your baby mama brother, tell the niggas at the barbershop, come check us out. What else? You catch me on IG and TikTok, gold_mine_CEO 84.
For sure. With that being said, man, we wish y'all peace and love, man, for finishing strong for the rest of the week, man. Y'all make sure you stay safe out here. Keep your head on the swivel, man, and do the right thing and be productive, man. And man, straight up, man. Just take care of yourselves, man. And until next time, me and the boys, man, we out of here. We'll catch up with you.